Hi guys, this is Aaron. I'm gonna do a quick tutorial to show you kind of a basic fading to white transition, or really any color. It's useful for different level transitions or just different scene transitions in general. Just kind of show you here with my game Chompy kind of what I'm talking about. I have some just people running. This is just a cutscene and Chompy coming in there, but it just fades to white um, before it just goes into the game, and it's a nice effect. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to do it, and there's lots of people with like way overcomplicated ways. So I think this video will allow for a much easier way to do it. It's using Unity's new UI system with the canvas and whatnot. So I'm not going to go over how to do that. If you don't know how to use the new GUI UI system, watch some of the basic videos. It's really simple. But basically, just make a canvas. I'm setting mine to the screen space overlay and scale with screen size. I have some text here, obviously, that doesn't matter, but the important thing is this panel here. You go to Create, UI, Panel, and what that does, you have to make sure it's only a child of the canvas, but then it's got a nice element here, color, and effectively all we're doing is setting the color to white or black or whatever you want it to be, and then we're just slowly bringing up the alpha, and you can see how that just pretty much fades the screen. In order to do this, I made a script called fader here, and if you set it up like I do, you have some really easy options to test it in the speed you want it in your game. I also have a element here to take it to a specific level, because at least for me, when I want to use the fading animations, I'm trying to go to the next scene or the next level in my game. So that's pretty useful. If we take a look at the code here, I have two private variables, num and fade count. And by the way, feel free to use this source code in its entirety. I don't care if you copy and paste it, that's fine. Um, it's I have two private variables, and all they're really doing is counting. Nothing's too special, so we'll get to that in a second. They're private. Um, a speed variable, a variable to say when you want to start fading, and then just an integer that defines the next level you want to go to. Um, I'm not doing anything in the start function here, so I could just delete it. Right here, uh, basically we're taking the num variable from up here, and we're just basically all it's doing is counting. Plus equals time.delta time. That's all that's going to do is just count for you. Then we have an if statement here. If num is greater than or equal to start fade, you define when you want to start the fading. So if we go back here, see in my scene, it's 3. So basically like 3 seconds, we can test it. 1, 2, 3, see it starts fading. But so that, yeah, you're just comparing this number to that number. Then once it's greater than or equal to that, our fade count here, all it's doing is counting again, but it's counting just for the fading, so we can get that smooth fade effect. And it's just time and delta time. This is pretty much where the magic happens. This .get component, Unity engine.ui.image, .color.a for alpha. Basically, all this does is get the alpha for that panel object. You have to attach the script to it for it to work, but we can kind of go through that. We have the the Unity engine.ui.image. See, here's the image here, so that it's just part of the UI. And in C Sharp, it'll look a little bit differently, but not too much. Just different way to get component. Dot color, right here. See, there's the color thing we're referencing. Dot A, you can see if we click here, there's your A. So now you kind of see, what we're grabbing when we do this. And then it's speed times fade count. So you'll just have to play with it. Basically, speed has to be between 0 and 1. That's pretty much how it works in the code side of things to fade the alpha. And fade count is just, again, this count here, and that's just to get a smooth count once we enter that fade time. This last bit is pretty optional, just depending on what you want to do with the game. I have another if statement here that basically checks when the fade time is ending. So it'll just exactly when it's done fading, it'll go to the next level. So it's if num greater than or equal to, and then start fade, which is again the time we defined when we wanted to start the fade animation, and then plus 1 divided by speed. All that does is figure out how long the fade animation lasts based on your speed. So, I have a calculator here. If we do, like 1 and we wanted our speed 1 divided by, and our speed is like 0.3, it's 3.333 seconds. And so what that will do is, if the num right here, what we're counting from the very beginning, is greater than or equal to, when it starts fading to when it ends fading, that end time, go to the next level, and then there's our next level variable where we can define how to go to the next level. So I hope this is helpful. I hope it makes your games a little smoother. I was really happy with the effect it had. Really proud of this little algorithm. So let me know if you have any issues, and good luck.